I recently started my farming sim career with the okay-ish Farmer Sim after picking it up for an easy $4 on sale. Despite the shortcomings and kind of rough cut development of the game, I did enjoy my time fumbling through the menus and growing and selling crops. It got me interested in Farming Simulator 2023, developed by Giant Software. And I'm glad it did, because as I stand next to my farmhouse and watch my workers plough and seed the fields as the sun sets, I think I've found a great little gem to get lost in. Farming Simulator 23 for Switch features robust options of how you want to farm, easing you gently into it with a brief but comprehensive tutorial which will see you ploughing and planting wheat in a field to harvest, sell, and repeat. While the gameplay loop seems simplistic, it's so satisfying to build up your machinery and inventory and hire AI workers, which range from being as simple as pressing A while in a tractor on a field to sending workers to sell your crops for you for profits. Upgrading and purchasing new equipment is a breeze, and the stats for each item help you identify if your current machine can tow it, how efficient it is, or how wide or how big it is in volume. Everything is laid out in easy to navigate menus that I found myself constantly perusing while tilling fields to plan my next upgrade. You're not just limited to additional machines, equipment, and buying new fields in your expansion, as you are able to also purchase and set up production industries as well. Instead of selling your oats direct to the supplier, why not invest in a cereal factory to maximize profit? Not your style? How about creating your own cooking oil industry? Why not do it all? With enough patience and machinery, the sky really is the limit. There has been a lot of thought put in by the developers to make things as user-friendly as possible on the Switch. You can highlight any gear you may have misplaced in lost or overgrown grass, maps are bright with plenty of markers, and shop prompts help explain exactly what gear you need for what. Prices for grain and goods fluctuate, and you can use the menu to find out which place will help you get the most out of your yield and which season is the best to sell in. Graphically speaking, Farmer Simulator does a great job of immersing you in the game. Machines are impressively rendered and are actually licensed vehicles and farming gear, and they gather mud and dust which occasionally require a visit to the car wash. Wheat and chaff fly over your blades and leave a trail of mulch behind vehicles that you can bundle. It's all rather quite impressive for the Nintendo Switch system. There are some limitations, however. Some textures don't pop in until you're close, and the game does blur scenery off in the distance. It was a bit distracting at the start, but it's barely noticeable the further you sink into the game. The day-night cycle looks great, and you can sleep at night in your homestead to advance to the next month, once your activities are complete for the day. And you can change your timescale to suit, making portable play a breeze. Work, however, doesn't progress while you are sleeping, so make sure you finish off whatever you do before you sleep to avoid missing out on critical crop growing time. I found I would play the game in real time, tend to the fields, then sleep until the next day, rinse and repeat. This month time jump comes in handy when you're selling your goods, as prices fluctuate depending on your season you are in. The vehicles and sounds are well produced, but the humming of a tractor can grind on you a bit. I find the game sounds best while walking around on foot and your machineries are humming away in the distance, working hard to earn their keep. I find that AI does manage to get tangled up on gear and each other if you don't keep your fields clear, although thankfully, the game does notify you of this. Most of the time you can move objects and keep production going in full swing. But if two AI drivers run into each other, they will stay locked in position with neither refusing to yield. The game is chock full of content and has plenty to keep you busy. I'm already planning my expansion to become a famed wine producer once I get all the cash to buy the right gear, and I can't wait to try my hand at logging as well. It's this choice that the game presents that gives it such high replay value. The game's relaxed nature, coupled with intuitive UI design, make it a delight to play. While I wasn't hooked on farming sims before I picked up this title, it's safe to say that Farming Simulator 23 for Nintendo Switch easily separates the wheat from the chaff, and I highly recommend it, even if you haven't experienced the genre before. Much like my Golden Fields, Farming Sim 23 has really grown on me. So, what's it like? It's like a more serious Stardew Valley crossed with the detail of Flight Simulator. I award it a 74 out of 100.